guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this video I am going to be showing you how to achieve a ponytail with extensions, Dutch or French braid with extensions, and the same thing with pigtails. So let's get started. The one thing that you want to avoid is obviously the bulk or the clips at the scalp. So with these remedies I actually learned this Dutch braiding one from Nicole Guirrero. I'm not the first one to come up with this. As for every other hairstyle, I mean, there are obviously tons of other videos out there, but everyone has a slightly different, not only brand of extensions, but a slightly different remedy. So if you would like to see how I, yes, my hair is currently in a blow bun. I just had it out of the way for while I wash my face and put my makeup on. So if you want to see how I put my extensions in a ponytail slash French braid or Dutch braid and or pigtails and the way that I do it, then please stay tuned. Okay, so obviously it doesn't really matter what state your hair is currently in, because obviously you're just going to be putting it back anyway. I did get mine from VPFashions and I do have a first impressions on them. So I'm just going to brush my hair through. I'm also basically looking through my mirror that's behind you guys, which is also reflecting the back of the camera, so I can see whether or not I'm recording. So I'm pretty much using that as my monitor. Some people use a TV, some people rely on the actual monitors of the camera. I was only using my sister's camera because I couldn't find mine. Turns out mine was actually in my room on my floor. It was just under a few things. Okay, so because I obviously intend to put it into a ponytail, I am happy just to brush it all back and not really worry about a part line. But also if you want to leave out some tendrils, you can fill out some fresh framing layers or whatever, you can. I think my hair is just about due for a wash. They're a bit stiff from the oils. But this will help keep the top of my hair nice and smooth. That's my hair brush. Now to obviously put up into a ponytail. So you can make this pony about as high or as low as you want. So since I have been working with extensions, I actually do like the ponytail rather high. It just helps prevent you from looking bald. Unless you turn your head. Once you have your ponytail as high as you want it, obviously tie it off. So now that I'm looking a little bit like Gwen Stefani whenever she has her pin back, especially because I had the bright red lips going on. So you're going to want to take, well, I have 2 4-clip wefts and 3 3-clip wefts in my collection of extensions. I'm going to start off with the first 4-clip ones, obviously give them a bit of a brush through. And if you have just forgotten, I did get mine from VPFashions. They cost me about Australian dollars, a roundage of almost $400, about $351 or something like that. But Australian dollars I paid only near $300, so about $251 or so. But I will reinsert the receipts on the screen. I need to borrow the mirror for myself. My cat is on the coffee table, which you guys are just in front of. So what you want to do first is, as close to the hair tie as you can get it, clip it down and then lift it up. You might find the clip resist a bit. And now with the back ones, you want to bring it as close to underneath as the ponytail as you possibly can. And same thing with the other clip. Also make sure that you move the wefts up and on top of your ponytail. So this is the first one. And the second one, like I said, I am using 2 4-clip wefts. It's doing. Oh, damn, my tripod is stiff. Right, so hopefully I'm back in regular frame. Kinda. Okay, so the next 4-clip one, pretty much the exact same spot. So you want to flip your extensions so the wefts are facing you toward the mirror. And then once again, as close to the base of it as you can. Obviously clip that down. My cat is using the couch and the coffee table is like a jungle gym. Alright, so once again, grabbing the 2 sides. Okay, so I do want to add just 1 more weft. I'm going to take a 3-clip one. So I like my ponytail to be thick. And just once more, pretty much the exact same spot. Maybe even just on top of the weft actually. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of these single wefts and section about midway or so. I'll put that right at the base of it. And once again, but just closer to the top. Okay, and just 1 more single weft, because this one's going to go all around the perimeter of the ponytail to obviously blend it in. Either that or you can use one of those hair ties either in like someone's hair, but in a hair tie form. So just bow, don't climb onto my ring light. So circling around once, keeping it relatively loose. Then when I come back around again, I'm going to grab some hair from underneath. Continue around again. If you have to, just grab a third time. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. And obviously this is the part where bobby pin comes in handy. That was the only problem with moving my mirror so I could see for myself. I wasn't able to see if I was still recording or not, but basically I'm now done. All I had done was just wrap the last single weft extension on top of my base here. I wrapped it around once, grab some more hair from the ponytail, wrapped it around again, and a third time again, and then just pinned it underneath. So this is officially how you get a ponytail with extensions. So without having to stress about the bulk on the roots, especially from the clips, especially even if your the roots are coming through and making the wefts obvious. Like when I did my first impressions, you can see where the wefts were because of how much my roots are growing out. So this is officially the ponytail. I am just going to let my battery charge up a little bit, even though I'm only down 1 bar, but still I'm going to let my battery charge up a bit while I edit the first half of this video. So I'm just going to let my hair chill out in a high pony for a little while, and then I'll be back to show you how you can achieve with Dutch or French braids plus such pigtails. And I was also thinking last night that a lot of people that do wear the braids going from the top of the head to the back, like a snake braid or a dragon braid. I was also thinking of showing a way to achieve that same hairstyle with extensions. So first I'm going to edit this, let my battery charge up just a little bit more, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back. So this time I actually have 2 mirrors, one so that I can keep track of whether or not I'm recording, and a second one so that I can look into. So that's why I'm probably slightly looking off center. So I wasn't kidding, my hair is definitely due for a wash, but these hairstyles definitely come in handy, especially if you have dirty hair and you need to put up into a certain hairstyle just to disguise it a little bit. So now that my hair is parted down the off center because I do part my hair onto the left but hanging off to the right, we're now going to cover the Dutch/French braid. So what you're going to start doing is obviously section your hair away in the middle. Just awkwardly tie off your hair for the one side. And just be as messy as you want, doesn't really matter. I'm going to once again take a 4-clip weft. And this is the part where I learned this trick from Nicole Guirrero. Like I said, I am not the first one to have thought with this one. So sectioning it from about here all the way back down to the nape of the neck. So it should look like this now, if you guys could see that. So taking this side of the weft and placing it spread about here, and then trailing down the rest on the part line. Take 2 of the single wefts and place it about midway down, just so there's a bit more fullness towards the ends. Okay, now I'm moving my head back again. So now what you're going to do is you can either go French or Dutch, but I'm specifically going to go Dutch. Basically braiding the hair underneath of itself. It just helps to make the braid look a little bit more 3D and make it pop. So I'm going to time lapse this part. So as you go along, you're definitely going to want to feel the weft. If you can't necessarily feel it straight away, then that means that the movement of the hair is still covering it nicely, but if you can feel a bit too well, then that just means that the weft is seen. Plus you can always go back and volumize the braid. That will also help. And if you do run into a situation where you can feel one of the strands is getting a little bit too thin, then just group it up with the different strands, like so, and divide that in half, and then you're back to having a good amount of evenness throughout. Just probably need to get on my knees a little bit so that I can see where I'm going with the rest of it. And I forgot the elastics upstairs, so just pancake it out a little bit. I mean, hair will always taper off and become a little bit smaller in size. So the ends are always going to be the finest, except if you have a blunt haircut. The pancaking, it just basically helps to fool the mind into thinking that your hair is all one fullness. Like I said, I'm just going to use a bobby pin because I forgot the elastics. I'm just going to quickly run back upstairs and cut the elastics. I think they're still in the kitchen. I'll be right back, looking ridiculous. Okay, already sectioned it off camera, just quickly. That's basically how you do a Dutch braid on this side. So I'm going to obviously do the same thing, but instead of using a 4 clip weft because obviously I don't have enough hair on this side in relation to this side. So instead I'm going to take a 3 clip weft. Basically the exact same concept. Section about here. Just really drawing the line of the neck. Up and away the top section. Having your weft. The individual piece. That's halfway down the weft. And by down I mean like halfway down here, not like halfway down here. So I have a lot of broken pieces here. I don't know what happened. I feel like I got some more Olaplex, which you guys probably would have seen in my Vlogmas that I just recently posted. I'm not trying to promote myself or anything. But once again, Dutch braiding. I will of course add like a little video on the corner of the screen of what French braiding looks like. I have got Butcher Baby's Igniter song stuck in my head. When you do start to get to the bottom, just ease up on the tension. But when you do, if you do have to pancake it, you won't be wrestling with the hair. Because as it turns out, there's like a little bit of a weft trying to peek through. So you just basically tuck it under the hair as much as you can. If you couldn't tell, yes, I'm right by some stairs. We do live in a 2-story building. Okay, that's about as wet as it's going to get. It works out the first time, otherwise you just have to restart again. So this is how the back is looking. Okay, so now for this dragon braid that I was talking about. So basically I'm just going to put my hair down the centre. Take the 4 clip wefts. That's here. I'm also completely winging this part out. I haven't practiced with this one before. That's now officially down the centre of my head. So I'm just going to grab a 3 clip one. Pretty much the exact same placement. I'm going to do a Dutch braid because that's just easiest for me. I mean, I'm capable of doing multiple different braids, but Dutch braid is just my personal favourite because it pops out. Okay, so any wobbly bubbly bits that you might have, just pan it down. And I can't do too much about these short little pieces. Yeah, that actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would. Like I said, I was just winging this one out. But yeah, like I said, with the other hairstyles you can leave out tendrils if you want for face framing pieces, but I have got too much side hair damage for that, so attempting to make it look like everything is pinned back is my best bet. So that is how to ponytail, French Dutch braid, and now Dutch, but of course it will also work with the French braid, but I just prefer a Dutch braid because it makes it pop, like I said. So that's how to do that with all these braids and with extensions. So that there is how to achieve a ponytail, a braid, a Dutch braid, French braid in pigtail forms. That's what I forgot to show, pigtails. But all you do is the same thing that you did with the French braid, you just bundle the hair up into 2. Simple as that. In fact, it's almost pretty much self-explanatory. That's how you achieve a ponytail, French Dutch braids in pigtail forms, and of course a back dragon braid. It's just what I call it because of the skeleton on the back of a dragon. So yes. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you all for my future videos. Ciao!